In this video, part 9 of our Torque-Flight 727 rebuild, we are going to show you how to assemble the front clutch drum. The front clutch drum operates our reverse gear and our top gear. This is our piston. We have our two seals, inner and outer. We have our friction plates. It's a heavy duty friction plate that we'll be using. It's a racing red friction. We also are going to be using some Carling steels. We have our pressure plate, our springs, our circlips. The tools that we'll be using is a spring compressor, a set of circlip pliers, some electrical tape, and a fine blade screwdriver. First off, we grab our piston and we are going to install both our piston seals. There are two seals, there's the inner and there is the outer. They both have lips on them, so carefully, starting off with your outer seal, just insert that, make sure the lip is facing downwards, and the same will go with your inner seal. As you can see, it's impossible to get our feeler gauges to assist us in fitting the seal. I will get you to get your electrical tape, and what we want to achieve is to mast up the seal up against our piston snug. What we can then do is insert our piston in the freezer department of our refrigerator, where we can leave it for 15 or 20 minutes. Next, we grab our inner piston seal, gently slide that over our front clutch drum. You can use the fine blade screwdriver just to assist you in sliding it over. Once our piston has been in the freezer for approximately 15 minutes, we can then just grab it and insert it into our drum. I will now push our drum to the side. I will grab our other clutch drum, which I will be using in this rebuild. As mentioned earlier, I will be using another clutch drum with a higher circlip groove. This way I'll be able to fit some more frictions inside my clutch. I have already put a brand new bush in it. I have already run it on the lathe. I've got where my new rings will be sitting on. I've created a better surface, and I've also given it a polish around the area where our band will sit to give it a better clamping hold. We start off with our springs. As mentioned earlier, when we disassembled our front clutch drum, there were 9 springs. We are going to fit all 15 springs back in our clutch drum. These are all brand new springs. The reason we're doing this, the way we're going to set up our valve body, we do want this clutch releasing ASAP. We don't want it hanging on, so we want every shift to be nice and clean. Just be aware, you can't always use 15 springs. It depends on what valve body modifications you are doing to your transmission. So once you've got all 15 springs on there, you can grab your assembly tool, you can grab your retainer, your circlip, and once you've compressed that retainer up against your springs, you can go ahead and safely install the circlip to hold everything intact. Once our retainer is in place, check that our circlip has been inserted properly. There's 3 tabs there. Just make sure that the circlip is within the tabs and not protruding or jumped over the tabs. And also go around your retainer and your piston and make sure any of our springs haven't popped out. Next in line, we are going to insert our clutch and steel pack. We start off with a flat steel, with a Carling steel, then a friction, and then you just continue with steel friction, and so on until you get to the very top. You should end with a friction plate before we install our pressure plate. Once we sit our pressure plate in place, we can then go and grab our circlip and just snap our circlip into place. Last part of the jigsaw puzzle is to check your clutch clearance. You can do that with a set of filler gauges, or you can lift the drum up in the sky like I do, and with your thumbs just apply and release the pressure plate. With this valve body setup, we are trying to achieve 80 thou. We hope you've enjoyed and you've learned something from this video. Stick around, we've got plenty more to come.